Hello friends, Indian liberals have often claimed that they are the biggest champion of social justice. They have claimed that they do not believe in caste system, and they have claimed that they have always upheld the rights of the most marginalized sections. However, the reality is that Indian liberals have often tried to defend their own caste interest, and Indian institutions are largely dominated by upper caste people who are not ready to accept that we need serious policy to annihilate caste. Their treatment with annihilation of caste is very much based on tokenism. When I make such a big statement, you may be asking that what proof I have, and within this context that I am going to make my presentation here. Friends, you know that Pratap Bhanu Mehta is a big name of social sciences in India. He has earlier taught at Jawaharlal Nehru University. He has been associated with elite institutions. Recently, he wrote a piece on July 31st, 2024 in the Indian Express. And in that piece, he has basically criticized Rahul Gandhi for talking about the caste location, the caste identity of the officers who have prepared the Indian budget. Let me first tell you the background so that you will be able to understand. Friends, in India, budget is presented every year in parliament, and you know it very well that budget is prepared by the officers, by the civil servants, by the experts, by the government officers. And once the budget is prepared and before the budget is being introduced in the parliament, there is a ceremony, there is a tradition that halwa distribution ceremony is being held. Those who are not familiar with the Indian culture, halwa is some kind of a sweet. Halwa is some kind of a sweet. And before the presentation of the budget, I think sweet is distributed as a mark of celebration. So what has happened that the Rahul Gandhi got the picture of the people who were participating in halwa celebration before the budget was presented in the parliament, and what he has said that in parliament he has tried to show the picture of those officers who were celebrating halwa celebrations before the budget was presented, and he said that he has got reliable information that around 20 officers prepared the budget, and out of them majority of them were from, let's say, the elite caste. And he said that only one Muslim and one officer from the OBC's community was there. So basically, by giving the example of who the officers prepared the budget and who were celebrating halwa celebration, he was basically trying to argue that how the policies making in India is very much done by the upper caste people, where the minorities and the weaker section and Dalit and lower caste are being excluded. And he has said that while the officers who have prepared the budget, there were at least 2 officers who belong to minority and OBC community. When the halwa distribution celebration was being held, in the picture, no person, no officers from the marginalized community was seen. And he has said that those officers, whosoever was present there, they were not included in the photo ceremony. So by saying that example, he was trying to say that look, the policy is made by the upper caste and lower caste, Adivasi, minorities, they are being excluded. And when Rahul Gandhi was speaking that issue, it reminded me of Baba Saheb Ambedkar. When constitution was prepared, Baba Saheb Ambedkar gave his last speech on November 25th, 1949, and in that speech he has said very clearly that look, the constitution is ready, the constitution is very good, but don't think that constitution or good constitution is going to give justice to the marginalized community itself. For him, justice can only be done when the people from the marginalized communities are there to implement those policy into actions. So, if minorities communities are not proportionally represented, if minorities communities and weaker sections are not effectively represented, if they are not there at all the public institutions, what will happen? Even the good laws will not yield justice to the minority community. This is what Rahul Gandhi was speaking, and I think it was a very brave statement of Rahul Gandhi, because the Congress party is not a party like BSP, which could openly say that it is based on the ideology of, let's say, Baba Saheb Ambedkar, Phule Ambedkar and Kabir. In fact, Congress party is a centrist party which tries to accommodate the interests of the multiple sections and groups. In this way, given the limitation of the Congress party and the way the Congress party was being dominated historically by the upper caste leadership, the statement of Rahul Gandhi was great. We must appreciate it, and Rahul Gandhi then said that we need caste census. Rahul Gandhi has also said that caste census is demanded by the Dalits, by the Adivasis, by the OBC, by the majority section of this country, including the minority and the poor sections of general category. But what has happened, that even the speaker in the parliament was not ready to pay attention to Rahul Gandhi. His speech was being disturbed. But the fact of the matter is that Rahul Gandhi's speech had struck chord with the Bahujan community, and I think the Congress party is slowly gaining its presence among the weaker sections. Now, as an intellectual, as an honest intellectual, Pratap Bhanu Mehta, who understands everything, should have welcomed Rahul Gandhi, should have said ki Rahul Gandhi, you deserve praise because you have said what Baba Saheb Ambedkar said 70 years back, 80 years back, that representation of the minority and weaker sections are very important. And Pratap Bhanu Mehta is a social scientist. He knows it very well that the location of a person is very important. And Mahatma Gandhi in Hind Swaraj has said it very clearly. And Pratap Bhanu Mehta has said very often that he is a Gandhian, and what Gandhiji has said, that Gandhiji has said that self-rule based on anarchy is better than best rule by the foreigners. What does it mean? That people should be given right to govern themselves. So if this country has majority populations of the Bahujan, why Bahujans are not there in the policies making? Why Bahujans are more in jail? Bahujans are more when it comes to pulling rickshaws. Bahujans are more when it comes to the work of Safai Karamchari. But why Bahujans are not there at the upper bureaucracy? We know it very well that now the sub-categorization within the SC and ST community is being introduced, and many people fear that it will further attack reservations of the marginalized community. So Pratap Bhanu Mehta, who claims to be a great champion of equality, instead of supporting Rahul Gandhi, he has criticized Rahul Gandhi. And I felt shocked the way he has used very powerful language against Rahul Gandhi, and he seems to be scolding Rahul Gandhi for talking about the social justice. And he has also said in his article that all the time, I think discrimination should not be talked about. All the time, I think the identities of the officers should not be pointed out. And he is not ready to understand the fact that your identity will determine a lot what you take the decision. So the article of Pratap Bhanu Mehta is self-contradictory in a sense that at one place he is saying that Indian society is a caste-based society. He is accepting the fact that Indian society is very much inegalitarian. But when Rahul Gandhi has spoken in favor of the Bahujan community, when he has spoken in favor of the caste census, he is saying that Rahul Gandhi is too much talking about caste in public sphere, and he has even used the term that why Savarna is used for the upper caste intellectuals. I want to ask Pratap Bhanu Mehta, sir, you have worked at multiple places. You tell me how many Dalits and Bahujans were accommodated at the institute. The places where you have worked, does it reflect the social diversity of the society? If it is not reflecting the social diversity of the society, if intellectuals are not ready to supervise, to give good numbers to people, students from the marginalized community, should they be called great people? Why are you so agitated to hear the term Savarna? You are Savarna because you have got all the privileges. In the parliament, even the government has given the official data that OBC community is just 4% at university, despite the fact that the OBC reservation was implemented 30 years back. So the point is that OBC, SC and STs, they are denied rights, they are not there at the institutions, and whatever reservations they are being given, even they are not being fulfilled. Massive privatization is happening. If Pratap Bhanu Mehta is really serious about social justice, he should oppose privatization. He should support Rahul Gandhi on the caste census. I don't understand that why at one time he is saying that, oh, India is a caste-based society, but when Rahul Gandhi is talking about why Dalits and Adivasi and the minorities are not included in policies making, he becomes furious. It shows that Pratap Bhanu Mehta and other scholars are not ready to accept that the Bahujans should lead this country. They are not ready to accept the fact that the upper caste hegemony should be critiqued, and that is why I do not want to make any personal comments about Pratap Bhanu Mehta. Friends, you Google it. What was the positions of Pratap Bhanu Mehta when OBC reservation was being implemented in 2006 and 7? The Congress party, which was trying to bring it despite all kinds of oppositions within the party and outside of it, Pratap Bhanu Mehta sided with the upper caste. If you read Pratap Bhanu Mehta's article nowadays, you will find that sometimes he appear very critical of BJP and Narendra Modi, but we should not forget this fact that when Modi was being projected as the Prime Minister, he expressed his hope in the leadership of Narendra Modi. So my point is, Indian intellectuals are basically, they are upper caste, and as Baba Saheb Ambedkar has said in 1940s in his speech Gandhi Rana Days and Jinnah, that India has failed to produce Voltaire. Why? Because India's upper caste, Indian intellectuals have seldom spoken against their own caste interest. And Baba Saheb Ambedkar has said it very clearly that good laws are not going to ensure justice unless you have people from the marginalized community. Where is Adivasi? Where is OBC? Where is Muslims at the public institutions? So Pratap Bhanu Mehta knows everything, but I think somehow he is not ready to accept that the upper caste hegemony should be criticized. That is why he wrote such a critical article against Rahul Gandhi. So I find that the article of Pratap Bhanu Mehta is highly untenable, and it is, I think, going against the interests of the Bahujan community. I think this is, it would be my humble request to Pratap Bhanu Mehta that please reconsider your view and tell me how many members from your community, from your society has marriage outside, how many Dalits are landed communities, how many upper caste women are being attacked, and how many Dalits and Adivasis are being attacked. If you compare them, you will find that Dalits and Adivasis, OBCs are at the lower bottom of the society. And when Rahul Gandhi, despite the fact that he is leading a centrist party where upper caste hegemony is huge, when he has made a courageous statement in favor of caste census, instead of welcoming it, you are criticizing it. This is not intellectual honesty. I express my deep disagreement with Pratap Bhanu Mehta. What do you think? Please share your view and please carry forward the legacy of Baba Sahib Bhim Rao Ambedkar and Phule. Thank you very much friends for listening to me.